What's up, YouTube? My name is Ian. Today is Wednesday, August 29th of 2012. As of tomorrow, I will be 25 weeks on testosterone. Today is not an update video, however, I just updated last week, so if you're curious, just go take a gander at that one. But today I'm going to talk about dysphoria, because I feel like I never have, and I feel like there are a lot of people out there that don't really know exactly what dysphoria is, and it's kind of the foundation on why transgendered people end up starting hormone therapy. So I figure it's kind of an important topic to discuss, and since I never really did that in the first video, which I feel like I probably should have, I feel like now, being 6 months on testosterone, giving myself some time to adjust, I feel like it's probably a good time to discuss these things. I feel like it's really important for me to be honest in every aspect of my transition, because I am going to need to be honest with other people in my life about the same things. So if I can't even be honest with myself, how am I going to be honest with anybody important in my life? That's how I feel about it. See, dysphoria. let's see, for people that don't know the definition of dysphoria, it is a state of dissatisfaction, anxiety, restlessness, or fidgeting, or a feeling of being ill at ease. When I went to my therapist and told her that I felt like I had been born in the wrong body, and that I have always felt like a boy trapped inside a girl's body, she couldn't just say, here you go, here's some testosterone, and go figure this out. We had to sit down, we had to talk, and she had asked me a lot of questions, and have me dig back deep into my past a lot. And what she came out of that with was a disorder known as gender identity disorder, or being gender dysphoric is the same as what you do when you have gender identity disorder. It's just a feeling like I've been super severely anxious my entire life, and super not at ease my entire life because of this, and so therefore I'm gender dysphoric. I've noticed there's like a fine line that now, being 6 months on testosterone, some of my dysphoria has definitely gone away, which is the goal in transitioning from female to a male body. Let's see, there were, like back in high school, when I have to be around both guys and girls very often, my voice was always a huge deal. I could get mistaken for a guy numerous times, and then when people heard me talk, it was over from there. It really sucked, because out of that, like, guys started speaking and acting differently around me once they figured out that I wasn't a guy. And that's another dysphoria that I had. It really, really made me feel out of place when that happened. I really didn't like it at all. Men have their own world, and it feels so natural now, being able to realize that I'm a part of it, and I've always been a part of it. It's relieving. See, because I didn't, basically the way I looked is what my other main dysphoria through high school was. I was shaped very much like a girl, with hips, very low muscle mass, and a lack of hair, I think. I haven't ever been really hairy. I'm still not very hairy at all, so that played a pretty big role throughout high school, me being gender dysphoric. Now, looking back and noticing those dysphorias, I've also come to realize that I have dysphorias that were definitely a big part of my life, but because certain dysphorias are getting pushed down and alleviated, the other ones have sort of sprung to life a lot stronger. Let's see. My parents is a huge dysphoria that I've had and will probably always have for a very long time. They are, I mean, I could make a 30-minute video on them in general and still have 2 hours of story to tell. I have never had a very good relationship with these people ever. They are not accepting of me or of anything bad happening in the world at all. I am living with them, and they are seeing these changes before their eyes, and still have not acknowledged or even, asked me about it at all. They haven't noticed it. They haven't, in a good way or a bad way. At this point, I wouldn't even care if my mom came at me with, a shotgun, telling me to, yelling at me to tell her what's going on. But, I mean, I have not come out to them, which obviously most of this is my fault in general, that they're not acknowledging it. But I feel like with the stress of them not acknowledging it, that is being put on both me and especially my mother, it's just taking a toll. I've never, like I said, had a good relationship to begin with, but I have to live with them now, so it's like roommates. I just would rather us live in peace. Another one, right now I'm in school, and I'm starting to struggle with the dysphoria of my classmates and my instructor not knowing. I chose to go into this school thing with my legal information and not out, because I have maybe 20 classmates that are in the same program as me at most, and I don't have to speak 2 words to any of them. So I don't really feel like it's a huge necessity that I need to come out to them necessarily. Now, to my instructor, on the other hand, I definitely probably should get on that, because I am in personal training, so it's just going to be a very weird deal, me going from benching, 55 pounds to me benching, 130 in, a week. Because, I mean, I've been working out, and through this class, I've been working out even more, and I doubled, what was it? I think I doubled my squat in 2 days. One day I went, and the next day, or not the next day, I skipped a day, and then went, the next day, and it was intense. So, just with that, I think I'm going to need to tell him, just because he might think it's weird. I mean, I just need to tell him. But I am starting to experience dysphoria with that, because even in just a cutoff in shorts, I look super masculine, which is fine. I don't even think anybody in my class knows my name, so I don't know why I'm exactly freaking out about it yet. But Another big dysphoria that I have right now, like, it's actually it's not big, it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller, but I still have it, is I look way younger than my age for a boy. I look probably closer to the realm of, I want to say like 16, 17, maybe 18, which, I mean, I'm only 22, so that's not like a huge difference, and it's gotten way better, like I said, since starting testosterone, but it's still aggravating when people are like, damn, dude, how old are you? And I'm like, 22, and they're like, oh, okay, you look way younger than 22. I usually am just like, yeah, I know, I don't know, it runs in my family. My mom still gets carded for cigarettes and booze and shit all the time, and whatever. I make it some stupid story like that, and usually that will deal with it. There's only been a handful of times lately that I haven't passed because of my age, so that's going down slowly. Probably the biggest actual dysphoria that I will have had and always probably have until I actually do something about it is bottom dysphoria. A lot of guys have top dysphoria. I don't struggle with top dysphoria as much. I do, for the mere fact that I can't like just whip off my shirt right now, but my chest is a lot smaller and has gotten smaller while being on testosterone, so I don't struggle with that as much. I've always, since I can remember, have struggled with bottom dysphoria. That I don't think I've probably been completely honest with most of the people that I'm even out to about this, including like the group that I'm in and everything. But I have always struggled with this. Like, I mean, I look down and I wonder where the fuck it's at. Like, it's so frustrating all the time to deal with. And it's really excited me to see a lot of the new results coming from the different types of bottom surgery that they are discovering and figuring out and putting together. Because, like I said, this is my biggest dysphoria, and it's something I've dealt with as a small child, as elementary school, middle school, high school, now, and something I will always struggle with forever. I mean, I've got journals after journals that I mean, I actually burned one of my elementary school journals because I knew that it was obscene. I knew that if my mom found this thing, I would be deemed crazy and sent to a psych ward. Like, it's always been something that I've struggled with. But, like I said, I'm really excited about bottom surgery options and looking into that and whatnot. See, this was a pretty short video, I think, on my dysphorias. If any of you are curious and you actually know me, feel free to actually start a conversation about it if you'd like. Preferably maybe not in a public place, and preferably not with a ton of people around. But I'm always willing to talk. I'm always really open with this stuff. So, yeah. Questions, comments, anything, throw them down there at the bottom. I have just started a personal training class, so I'm going to start posting more comparison pictures through the weeks, because I'm literally working out every single day, both in class and outside of class. So hopefully I'll see a lot of changes there. But for now, and until my next video, peace out.